Hi everyone, welcome. We'll just wait a minute or two for everyone to join into the room.
Started here and yeah. So first and foremost, we have our introduction. So this is just a little bit of a forum overview and what we plan to do today. First, we're going to start out with welcoming remarks from Suba and I. Then we're doing our forum outline and significance, which we're doing right now, general awards. Then we're going to do a distinguished overview. And then we're going to introduce Key Club International's contests, events, scholarships. And then we're going to have a Q&A period at the end before we close out. So here are international trustee introductions. So my name is Emily Leonard. My home district is the Rocky Mountain District. My previous Key Club experience is I served as club webmaster at my home club, then KFAM and club building committee chair position on the Rocky Mountain District Board. Then I served as an executive position, so district bulletin editor on the Rocky Mountain District Board. And then now I'm international trustee. The districts I serve right now are the Bahamian District, Pacific Northwest, and New York. I am also a member of the Programs and Partners Committee on Key Club International.
Okay, hi everyone. So my name is Subashree Venkatasubramanian and I am a trustee from the Pacific Northwest District. My experience includes I was first a club vice president and then I ran for lieutenant governor. And then I was the Kiwanis Family Relations Committee chair on the PNW District Board. And I'm currently an international trustee and also the current international editor. The districts that I serve are the Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Caribbean Atlantic, and Georgia districts. Our district name is Laribia. And also I'm a member of the Partners and Programs Committee, just like Emily.
Perfect. So we're going to talk about awards and their significance. So the importance of you guys being at this forum and what you're going to learn and why it is significant. So international awards and opportunities help Key Club as an international student-led organization in connectedness, productivity, and celebration. Celebrating individual and collective greatness amongst our international group is crucial in boosting member morale and promoting forward movement into future service years. It gives clubs, districts, and members an opportunity to see the efforts of their peers, allowing for a holistic, informative experience. Awards also pose as opportunities for increased involvement, emphasizing Key Club International's inverted pyramid agenda, which if you are unfamiliar with that, that's taking your standard corporate pyramid, inverting it, and making sure that our members are highly emphasized at the top of that pyramid. Do not hesitate to get all of your hard work this past and current service year the credit that it deserves. Here's a resource link at the bottom. We're going to have a lot of these implemented throughout the presentation, but essentially what this is a super easy keyclub.org link, and there's a search bar there that you can search for all the resources as far as awards and opportunity forms and directions go. So I'm going to start off with the general awards and application process overview. So I'm going to talk about each award individually, kind of what it is, the application process, and a few tips and tricks. So there's only 4 that we're going to be going over, and we're going to be introducing our newest one at the end of the 4. So yeah, let's get right into it. First and foremost, we have our Major Emphasis Award. So again, these forms are all linked on the Key Club International website. The activity described can cover any phase of Key Club major emphasis involvement, specifically highlighting personal development and social interaction of children during the year from district convention to district convention. So that's one service year as the district board works. This report may include newspaper clippings, substantiating photographs, or other pertinent information. Projects may include both hands-on service and fundraising efforts. So major emphasis, there's a lot of room for this, and it's very obviously highlighting you as your club and home club and how that works. Next, we have our single service award. A qualifying single service project shall be defined as a club service project planned, organized, and produced by the Key Club occurring on a single day or consecutive days. In the case of a reoccurring project, it's the same project that must be repeated for the purpose of achieving the same service goal on those reoccurring days. And clubs shall compete with other clubs of similar size within 4 membership categories. So for the single service award, you're going to be evaluated on a bronze, silver, gold, and platinum scale. And this directly corresponds to the amount of members you have in your Key Club. And that's ranging from, I believe, 35 members to 86 plus. The entries for single service award shall be judged based on an accumulated total number of points, and these are allocated to the following categories, which is project plan, service need, project implementation, final results, public awareness, and member participation. So keep those in mind when you're applying. A tip and trick for when applying is all forms are again linked on the Key Club International website. And we have a little, I guess, hack for how you guys can find that. So you have keyclub.org, you go to the resources, then you find the search bar, and you can type in any trigger word, which we used awards as this one just to find information on general awards, and you can scroll through there. That should find it. But if you have a more specific title or keyword to plug in there, that will help you as well. Next, we have Distinguished Club Awards. For this award, clubs are required to host a certain number of ceremonies and meetings throughout the year. Check the requirements when beginning your service here to ensure you meet all deadlines and number restrictions. So Suba's going to talk about Distinguished a little bit more in the coming slides, but essentially it's a club that goes above and beyond and has outstanding efforts towards service. So make sure, again, you're looking at this at the beginning of your term so you can appropriately delegate and allocate tasks throughout the club and ensure that you achieve this Distinguished Club Award. And lastly, we have our new Significant Service Award, which is actually introduced this year. And think about what your Kiwanis Club is known for, or your Key Club. And it can be a service project or a fundraiser, reoccurring at a minimum. The project should take place annually. So this is kind of something that your club is regularly doing, your club's super, super proud of, and really engages members year after year. It's brand enhancing, so the project should be designed to evaluate the Kiwanis brand in the local community with opportunities for public relation activities, such as the Kiwanis name on the project, media mentions, etc. And high impact is another heavy influence here. The project should have a demonstrable positive impact on the community. This impact should be measurable in some sort of quantitative data point, membership focused, and the project should support opportunities to strengthen membership and develop new partners. So this is membership focused, brand enhancing, and high impact. Another tip and trick at the end here is take a look at the requirements at the beginning of the term to ensure that you meet this criteria. And this is a super applicable tip to what Sue was about to talk about.
Okay, perfect. So next we're going to be moving into Distinguished. So Distinguished Awards are another opportunity offered by KCR, Key Club International, to recognize specifically high achieving district officers. So current Distinguished Awards include the Robert F. Lucas Outstanding Lieutenant Governor, or the RFL, the Distinguished District Governor, Secretary, Secretary-Treasurer, Treasurer, Editor, Webmaster, and we also have Outstanding District Officer Awards for certain officer positions depending on the district. So for some District Outstanding Officer Awards, there is no application, and instead candidates are selected based on the quality of their service by maybe their district governor or district administrator. But we'll be moving on into how to apply for all of the other awards. Okay, so applying for awards. To apply for each award, you'll need to submit a comprehensive portfolio that addresses all aspects included in the criteria form. So once again, as Emily mentioned, if you go to keyclub.org and then using the resources search bar, you can look up specifically Distinguished or Distinguished Award, and then you can find the specific application that you are planning on applying for. And you'll need to make a binder, which can either be physical, like it's a very thick binder. I think they're usually like around like 2 to 3 inches, or I've even seen ones that are like 5 inches, which basically is going to contain all of the work that you've done throughout your term. So you want it to be very comprehensive so that you have the best chance of getting recognized for your term's work. Or it can also be an online Google folder, which is an option we just introduced last year. So the Google folder, once again, all of the tips on how to set it up and how to go about creating your binder, either physical or virtual, are going to be listed in that criteria form, which you can find on the Key Club website. And also a really important tip is if you're planning on applying and haven't started your binder yet, we advise you to start as soon as possible. These awards definitely take a long time to prepare for. Me and Emily will be going into our personal experiences, but they are very comprehensive because we want to be able to evaluate all the work that you've done. So it's really not something that you want to leave until 2 weeks before the deadline. Make sure to start as soon as possible. And even if you're planning on running for a position next year, then you can start setting that up at the beginning of the year and really start thinking about it, because it's a great way to outline what you want to achieve during your term by using that criteria form as an outline of what to hit. And also, so really quickly, I know Emily has experience with the distinguished application. I was recognized as the outstanding committee chair for my district. And as I mentioned before, that position didn't have an application. It was a selection process, just showing one of the ways that you can achieve these awards by just performing, during your term and trying to structure your service in a way such that you are going and exceeding expectations. But Emily, do you want to give us a few words on your experience with the distinguished application?
Yes, so as Suba mentioned, this is a very comprehensive process. And for me as district bulletin editor, I was regularly producing these publications. I think I did 4 throughout my term. And in each publication, there were agenda items that I had to hit and make sure that I included in the publication. So again, make sure you start that at the beginning of your term because it's going to make things so much easier. And it really does not make the process super complicated or, serving your position much more complicated. It's just ensuring that you do add those things in. Distinguished is also an awesome opportunity to just have a nice outline and timeline, I guess, for your term. As district bulletin editor, there was a lot of, it was a very lofty position and it looks very different per district. So for me, it really helped me in defining my position as well as just keeping myself on track with their timeline and making sure that I was being the best possible executive district bulletin editor that I could be as a resource to my district. But I think if Suba doesn't have anything else to add, we'll go on to the next slide. Perfect. So we're on to international contests. So some available contests that you as an individual member can participate are the oratorical contest and the talent contest. For the oratorical contest, you will be speaking on a given prompt and evaluated on the quality of your submission. For the talent contest, you and optionally a group from your same district can submit any talent which is entertaining, in good taste, and abides by Key Club International's talent specifications. There are also many contests that your club as a whole can get involved with, including the club video contest, the non-digital and digital poster contest, and the year in review traditional and digital scrapbook contest. So links to all of these forums, again, can be found at keyclub.org/resources, blah, 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 blah. And you can type in those keywords to find that. But I'm going to talk about my experience with the digital scrapbook. I submitted and happened to win first place at my district convention for the traditional scrapbook, which was super, super fun. Again, this is an awesome opportunity for your clubs to get involved. This is a service project opportunity, and it happened to be at my club. We had a whole group working on the traditional scrapbook creation and got to, again, just do the year in review. We added a ton of fun pictures and washi tape and markers and all of that. So again, just awesome opportunities for your club to implement into your club's timeline and opportunities for service as well. Next, we have international events. So as a member in good standing, you have the opportunity to attend many virtual and in-person Key Club events. So we have a lot more virtual as we have in the past few years. So we're becoming really, really good at these. Virtual events include webinars such as the KCI Homecoming webinar, which we all had a few months ago, and in upcoming months, I think I attended one a few nights ago. So that was super fun. And fun, informative sessions like this global engagement rally that you all are currently at. So go you. Some in-person events that are also available to members include your district's convention. So whether that's a decon or goes by another name, service leadership convention, or rallies in the international convention, so ICON as well. To attend these events, you do need to pay a registration fee. However, fee waivers and subsidies are usually available, and we're going to talk a lot about that as far as ICON goes this year and subsidies thereof. But again, these are super, super fun ways to get engaged, be informed, stay on track, meet a ton of Key Clubbers, which arguably is one of my favorite experiences in Key Club, meeting some of my absolute best friends and mentors and just such inspiring individuals. So yeah, we're going to move on to ICON.
Okay, so ICON 2022, as Matt mentioned in the beginning of the GER, ICON is coming up from July 6th to 10th in Washington, D.C. So both Emily and I have attended ICON. I got to attend this past summer. It was virtual, but it was still so much fun. And Emily got to actually attend her freshman year going to Baltimore, which is super cool. And some of the benefits of attending are you get to network with other Key Clubbers from across the world, just like this GER. ICON is international, and you'll meet so many new people. You also get to listen to amazing speakers. So just like we heard Cynthia today, we have some incredible speakers lined up, and we're so excited for you guys all to get to share in attending those events. Also, we get to learn about service leadership and train for your specific leadership position and elect next year's Key Club International Board. So we prepared some resources here to help you look forward to ICON. As we mentioned before, these in-person events specifically do have registration fees. So the first link is a sponsorship toolkit, which has some helpful info on how to find community sponsors that'll help you subsidize your ICON registration fee. And the second link is an ICON interest form through which you can sign up to receive updates about the event and all of that stuff. Also, this year's ICON will be a hybrid event with both a virtual and an in-person opportunity for attendance. For in-person attendees, Key Club has decided to continue and revamp their ICON scholarship this year. So the details are still being finalized, but there are a few things you should get excited about. First and foremost, the application is open to everyone. And rather than a set number of scholarships or a set amount, the scholarship amount is based on the specific applicant's needs this year, which is really cool. And also this application will be open in the coming months. So be on the lookout on our social media and our trustee newsletters because it's really important information. We want to make sure we're able to support you guys as much as we can. And on the topic of scholarships, so our next slide is on scholarships. So Key Club Kiwanis International provides many scholarship opportunities available for Key Clubbers. So the first international scholarship that we'll be covering is the Kiwanis Children's Fund Scholarship. This is made possible by donations from some amazing past Kiwanians. And these donations were made to provide a scholarship opportunity to 2 deserving members in good standing of Key Club International. So once again, to be in good standing, you need to be a dues paid member. So if you haven't paid your dues, do that as soon as possible. But also the amount awarded is 2 scholarships with a minimum award amount of $2,500 US each. To learn more about how to apply, you can visit the link that we've included there, which once again, if you go to resources and then you go to the specific Kiwanis website, then you can find it in the Key Club section. Make sure you're looking at the Key Club scholarship opportunities, not the Circle K ones. But yeah, also there are some other specific scholarship opportunities available based on your home district that are given by that Kiwanis district. So if you would like to apply to any regional or district-wide Kiwanis scholarships, you can contact your Kiwanis district governor or Key Club district administrator and ask them for more information because there are also so many great opportunities available district-wide.
Okay, so we have just under 10 minutes left, and we wanted to open this up to do a little Q&A panel styled Q&A, and so you guys can ask us any questions about the previous presentation or any questions you may have otherwise, but just go ahead and drop those in the chat and I'm going to stop sharing so that we can see those.
Hey, Emily and Suba. So I have a couple of questions from the chat beforehand that were sent. One of them was if the binder/online folder is supposed to be filled with your volunteer experience and papers showing your volunteer hours.
I can take that one. So volunteer hours are actually a part of many of the applications. At the end, it'll ask you, I think it's usually 60 hours is like what they look for. But at the end of the binder, there will be a part where you can specifically say how many volunteer hours you have done to apply for those positions. But once again, that is just one part of the application. So alongside that, you'll want to make sure you're including all of the specific, like if you're applying for, as Emily included, like with district editor, then you want to say like show those publications and show that you are sending those emails out. If you're applying for district secretary or secretary treasurer, you want to include those emails as well and show the correspondence that you've been keeping everyone up to date. So it varies from position to position, but there is a volunteer section in each application.
Yeah, just to add on to what Suba just said, when I applied for my distinguished district bulletin editor, there was a volunteer hours section, which I included a spreadsheet that I had kept track of. And if you need any help with that, make sure to reach out to your district advisor because that's what I did. And we worked through that really well in allocating those hours and accounting properly for the tasks that I had done during the year.
Thank you, guys. Another question that we have in the chat is if you need tickets for the ICON 2022 conference in DC.
So I'm assuming they mean registration by tickets, and in which case the registration fee would serve as that if you're planning on attending in person. If you're planning on attending virtually, then there is still, I believe there's a cost associated with it. Emily, would you be able to back me up on that? I want to make sure that I'm providing the correct information.
Yeah, so I think what they mean by ticket would be like in regards to air travel, and that's included in your registration fee. You usually go through your district again with that, and you pay for your flight to get to DC, and then the registration cost that you pay when signing up for ICON is for the actual ICON convention. I think that was the I think that was the question.
That makes more sense. Yes.
Thank you, guys. And also with the ICON scholarship, it is able to cover plane ticket fees if you do plan on applying for that. So another question that we have in the chat is, what is the difference between single service and the new significant service awards?
So with the significant service award, we're focusing on that significant portion a lot more. So we're introducing this. I guess I can use an example from my home club. We regularly volunteer at our Sister Carmen Food Bank, which is a local community bank. And we do this year after year. So we've been doing this probably maybe 6 years now. So we've been able to facilitate those super meaningful and prosperous relationships with administration at the Sister Carmen Community Garden. And that's what we wanted to promote with the significant service award, those meaningful relationships that you're making within your community and your Kiwanis branches. So that's highly emphasized with the new award. Again, with the significant service award, single service award, and major emphasis award, you're doing, awards that are significant to your club. But as far as the distinguishing between those, the new significant service award would mean what I just enlisted. But Suba can add on there too as well.
Yeah, and I think one thing to keep in mind with all the awards is that, yes, they are similar, but that is because in the end, as Key Clubbers, we're all using our platforms to achieve that common goal of being as impactful with our service as possible. So I think that the best thing is if you have multiple that you're interested in, just try to do as much as you can on the club level to try to showcase that by applying to as many opportunities that do pertain to your specific service project. Because if you're doing impactful service, it probably does apply to multiple awards just because they are similar, because we have that shared goal in common.
Awesome, thank you, guys. Another question in the chat is if there are any grade restrictions on any of the scholarships.
Do they mean grade as in school level?
I think they might mean school level or GPA requirements.
Okay. I cannot speak on the academic achievement. I'm assuming probably not. But as far as grade level, there should not be any restrictions on that. As far as Key Club goes, we have 4 grade levels total, so you should be good any grade level you're at.
Awesome. And also, a lot of the scholarships in your districts have their own requirements. So you should look at the district websites or reach out to your lieutenant governor or district executives to ask for the eligibility requirements for those specific scholarships. So some other questions that we have in the chat pertain to ICON, and they're asking if there are any health requirements to attend. I can take over that question really quickly. So as of now, we are looking to make vaccinations required to attend international convention, and that's just a policy that's in place by Kiwanis overall. However, as the date nears and once registration opens up, we will be sharing the specific requirements that are required to attend in person. So in the chat, we also have another question that is asking if there is a guide on how to start and make your Key Club binder.
Yes, so as Suba talked about the distinguished awards, if you go to Key Club International and you search in that search bar again, maybe distinguished or awards or those key trigger words, they're going to come up with a complete rubric for how you should approach all of those distinguished guidelines in making your binder. So last year I completely just followed the rubric and requirements there, and I made mine completely digitally as we had a virtual district convention, so that worked for my district. But everything is there, and make sure to get that to your district advisor, because they can usually look over that and ensure that everything, all the eligibility requirements were met.
Awesome, thank you. And also the executive committee is actually currently working on a guide for making the virtual binders, and that should be shared out with the districts soon. There is another request to kind of clarify the difference between the single service contest and the signature service and the significant service project. So just to help clarify what Subashree and Emily have said before, one of them is focusing mainly on projects that are done annually within your club. It's a project that your club is known for, and you guys do it every year. So that would be the significant service project. The single service award, this is more for projects that maybe this is the first time you've done it, or it's just like a one-day event. For example, a very large campus cleanup that is like, this is the first time you've done it. This is not really something that your club is known for. So the importance of this is that we have different requirements for these different types of awards so that every club is able to apply no matter the type of projects that they're doing. And it also gives you opportunities to apply for more awards, because then you can apply with different projects that your clubs are doing.
Oh yeah, also Salma, I just want to jump in here as we have just under a minute left and clarify. So with the Kiwanis Children's Fund scholarships that are available, those are only available to high school students who are completing their final year of high school. So those ones are specific to preparing for college and completing that final year. However, with the other scholarship opportunities, make sure to review those carefully and make sure that you're looking over the specific requirements and eligibility requirements for each application. So just wanted to clarify that. Also, thank you for clarifying that in the chat.
No problem. So we only have a couple of seconds left. Any closing thoughts that you guys have?
I guess I can go. Well, I just want to say, like, all of these awards and oh, we literally have 5 seconds. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.